What up, what up?
Yo.
Let's get this money.
My laptop right now, it doesn't let me put in my password. Like, it doesn't let me type anything, which is bizarre. I've never seen this before.
That is weird. We're doing a 10 team here because a couple people in the Discord asked for it.
Okay.
So drafting this should be a little bit chiller.
I'm on my phone here, so I'll just go back and forth.
Cool. Okay, we need 5 more spots filled here. Oh, 4 more spots. Besides Grant, so 3 more spots, I guess, technically. Okay, we only need 3 more here. Well, that was some aggressive typing. Alright, 2 more spots, 1 more spot, we're almost there. Come on, Team 10. Somebody fill that up. I actually am in a 10 league this year, or 10-man league, so this will be good. There we go. Alright, we're ready to go. Wells are starting up here.
Now let's get into them up. All right, we got people in here. Hello, Toothless Man. All right, we got Jay Jetta's OKC. Interesting fan bases there. Oh, yeah.
Jay Jetta's OKC.
Let's go, team! Let's go!
Alright, who is Mr. Grant Curry going with?
Having some difficulty getting to this app.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm here.
CD.
I clicked him. All right, good. Sidarian.
PS
Is there not? I feel like there's certainly a risk that CD doesn't play week 1.
Yeah. Probably. Small risk. I feel like he does, though.
All right, because I know I'm not going to get a running back to me back in round 2 here. I'm going to be a little bit more bold and take Brees. I would typically consider like Justin Jefferson there, or potentially just say screw it and go with Tyreek Hill. I know a lot of people are really high on him. I can realistically make a trade happen if I don't want him on my roster, but he projects to be one of the best fantasy players. So don't overthink it. Just take Tyreek or whatever you like more. Cool,
I was hoping you would give me Brees there, Wells.
Yeah, couldn't do it.
This guy, Maine Fortier, who was pick 1 in our last draft, is now pick 10.
See what he does from the 1-2 turn.
Oh, Tucker Gibbs
Jamia.
and Puka. Sweet.
P.S. Webb.
Okay, so this is a fun spot. So realistically, Marv is a phenomenal pick here, but I'm a greedy man. I like creating little stacks.
No, yeah, that's a nice
The
way.
first 10 man.
Maserati Mav.
Let's see here. Yeah, now my running backs are done. Now I can just be a psychopath with how I want to do the rest of the draft.
Yeah, you can just steal all of our receivers.
Pretty much.
Drake London.
Drake London.
Quite thick.
The Wake.
Drake. What I have a feeling that's how we're going to pronounce him the whole year.
Yeah,
Oh, Drake London with another big play.
Make a analysis video about him.
Yeah, and just every single time we talk about him, it's never Drake. It's just Drake.
Yeah, I think we might have to.
You've seen CD dropped in multiple mocks. That's crazy. Yeah,
I mean,
expect
this
that to
10
hold.
team thing is my team is disgusting.
Yeah. Like, do I take Olave? I'm going to be a greedy. I like doing this more this year. I think Sam Laporta is just going to be a difference maker in fantasy. Like, everybody wants to go, like, even cheaper with, like, McBride and stuff, which I get, but, like, I don't know, man.
Had to go with Pacheco.
Pacheco. Pacheco.
Why do I feel like there's like no promo around UFC 305? Like, is it just me or is it like so not hyped up at all?
It's not. I feel like because the sphere thing is coming up that this one's just
I
kind of
guess.
blending in.
Mashivas. Who's falling?
DDP versus Izzy is going to be a banger, though.
Falling.
Okay, I really like this team. Well, I don't know if I really like the Puka Cooper Cup stack that much, honestly.
The way.
Should I get Gwendon Ayuk or Nico Collins? Okay.
Blandon.
Does he go for his 4th receiver or does he go for something else?
Oh,
I guess we're opening. All right, this is insane value on Brandon Ayuk. I'll take it.
yeah, that's nice.
I'm a simple man. I've got simple taste.
It was also pretty good value for Nico, considering
10-man leagues are just so much different. I
Yeah.
feel like you should always leave with like a super stack team.
I'm excited for my 10-man league this year. I won it last year.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Who's he going with here?
Lamar Jackson. The man, the myth, the legend.
Lamar.
Who let you get the best team? Says Aaron.
It's looking pretty cool.
It's looking pretty nice.
I don't know about all that, Aaron.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily.
I'm rather confident in my running backs each week. I'm not going to lie to you.
I have way too many dudes.
I like DJ Moore. No, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of wild fallers here, so I'm just kind of taking some. This is going to be an interesting little draft here.
I'm feeling Cushmaster's going to draft Tank Dell.
That's what even's on the board that I want? Oh, I would. He actually can't do that. Never mind. You can.
Do I want? Yeah, let's go.
That's what I figured you'd do.
I was thinking of going 8 Rich because Loki, I just like him, but I was like, has Stroud still here, and I have Nico Collins. Yeah.
Who is Aaron going to take here? Even in this range. Does he have? No, he doesn't have something. Oh, okay. It's not expecting that. I thought he was going to take Richardson from me.
Well, Jerry keeps asking me about the PS League.
Yeah, I'll set it up for next week. Streaming takes up a lot more time than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. I've seen you've been grinding that.
We will get that to the finish line. It's gonna be fun though, doing like weekly reports on stuff. So I'm excited to do a more elongated analysis.
I'm excited too, like for us to like kind of move away, or not move away at all, but like do more than like single player analysis, like calling game scripts and stuff. Like, stuff, you know,
it'll be fun. There goes Zay. There goes Connor. There goes Kittle. Kittle. There goes Kirk. And this is where I'll reach.
My team is insane.
Grant, is that your audio that's kind of going crazy?
Oh, She Rice was letting taken from me.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted Kittle, Grant. Damn it.
I will take She Rice. Alrighty.
Let's see, who do I want here?
Terry McLaurin.
Scary. Yes.
Yeah, we'll rate the teams at the end, Aaron. We'll run through them all.
Honestly, I'm in a bit of a pickle. There's a few ways to play this. Calvin Ridley for target share right now is fine off the bat, but I kind of like going Xavier Worthy for what it's worth, but I'll go Calvin Ridley for target share for now. Like when I'm making decisions at receiver, I always try to prioritize like who has the highest target share relative to their ADP in this range. Because it's like Rome Odunze is great, and Keenan, like one of these will offset each other. It's actually beautiful to do that. Just as much target share as possible. My team is always full of risk.
Is he talking to you or Aaron?
Probably me.
Wait.
I think it's Loki Aaron.
Good.
Yeah. Let's see, Aaron's team. Yeah, there's definitely some risk there.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, that would have been the perfect spot to reach on BTJ. Okay. Gotta remember.
Jackson,
he
do you
exists.
hear dudes in Baltimore talking like that Aaron
Oh,
video?
Yeah, dude. Avenue.
Aaron earned an
Yeah.
iron earn.
Earn.
He's
No,
like, what
dude,
the fuck have I been saying?
the accents are super heavy out here, dude. They're hilarious. I love the Baltimore accent.
That's one of my favorite videos. He realizes, he's like, what the hell have we been saying?
Here, after this stream, I'm gonna send you some funny Baltimore accent videos. Great.
Aaron, we're talking about Baltimore, man.
All right, let's see here. Nice. Brock Bowers felt to be.
Let's see. Ooh, Brock Bowers on that team. That's a lot of fun at that price.
Yeah.
I like. It's nice that their ADP sucks, but at the same time, it's annoying because
I
it really
think-
does make me realize like I have to actually like write out a full guide so I don't forget about like BTJ, for example. Because it's like I would have much preferred him to Ridley.
Yeah.
Because this upside is a lot more fun to me.
Yeah, it just for me, it just like took a little bit of getting used to. Now I kind of like have memorized like the people like I need to keep in the back of my mind or QQ'd like because they're so deep when they shouldn't be.
Aaron, you sound upset that you don't have a quarterback.
What the?
What the hell?
What the?
Rogue Bucker.
Road Tucker.
What the?
What's going on here? Someone is typing. Yes, sir. It's not like you had any correlation to it, anyways, Aaron.
Aaron.
I will say, if like Drake May starts in week 1 somehow, he's like the biggest ad in fantasy. Let's see here. All right, so I'm gonna corner the Buffalo room if I can.
Nice.
Man.
Where's Grant gonna go? Zach Moore.
This team is kind of crazy. I have so many guys.
Christian Watson.
CNC team might be. I'm not liking the looks of it. I can't lie.
Damn it! I thought you were gonna chase Chase Brown.
Me?
Yeah, I was hoping because I was like, oh, I might get the hop back to me. Then I have Tennessee as a collective. Unfortunately, no. All right. Where are you, Josh Palmer? There you are.
Bastard. All right, let me get my guy here. Nice. Can't believe Cushmaster went with a rogue JT.
He was vibing. I don't know what the logic was either, but
Just satisfied with where his team was.
he said, why not? What even is available? No, there's not going to be another draft after this one. I've got to head over to the other coast after this.
Dude, you gotta chill with the other coast stuff.
Dude, I love saying it. It's so much fun. So everybody's like, "Oh man, you must like you go from California to Florida." No, I'm just going to the other side of Florida, man. Eckler's such an interesting.
Damn, you took Joshua that high?
He was trying to look at the kickers. Fair enough.
Jealous.
Ah, damn it. I was looking at him. All right, let's see here. I mean, in this situation, I feel like I should just be playing for week 1. In the off chance I'm wrong about my running backs, let's get some variables here.
Lad.
What's he gonna do?
It's a gross board. This feels like a spot where you just almost have to reach.
Yeah, pretty
I'm not
much.
seeing
That's the
anything.
thing that I hate about sleepers. Like, it makes you feel like ugly for like drafting higher. I do think KJ Osborne's going to emerge as the wide receiver 1 there for the initial part of the season, though, which is going to be interesting. Yeah, but Jalen Polk was the only receiver that actually looked really good last night.
Yeah.
Because Baker couldn't come down with the 60-yard dot to him. Man, his ADP would have gone absolutely insane.
Yeah, it would have gone crazy.
So yeah, you can go get KJ Osborne here if you want. Honestly, I think somebody I might say is the best pick for the late round. Like, you can do multiple versions of this, but Kendre Miller is kind of interesting because let's say he does get cut, he's probably in Dallas. Like, I just don't see a world where he's not playing in the NFL. But just taking a handcuff in general is the theory there.
Dude, why is Dallas Goddard right here kind of enticing?
Damn it, Aaron.
Yeah, you can never get to him well.
I'll never get Butker. I'm always around too late.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Senor Blake Corum. If it lets me click on him. No, come on.
Just cue it.
Yeah, I just queued him.
Let's go, team! Let's go!
Bellyman.
How do I turn myself off? Oh, no, there we go.
Rashad Bateman. I like that pick for upside. Can't wait for this to somehow play back, and like all you hear in the background of the audio is just Sophie yelling at our cats.
Kaimi Fairbairn.
Fairbairn. If there's no trade, Pat Fryer is probably one of the best picks on the board. Big fish.
Dude, Goddard's still up there.
Goddard's still there? What?
Yeah.
He can stay there.
He can stay there, though. That would be
Zeke.
picked up by anyone.
Dude, maybe I pick up Dalton Schultz, though.
Nah, I would snag Goddard for the upside, similar plays.
Yeah.
Let's go with like just any kicker you like here. Is there really like there's no wrong. Just pick a good projected offense for point scoring. That's all you want. Oh, not. Why is there an apostrophe in buys? I have no idea. Just how it came. Why take Miller over Estime? It's literally just take a handcuff there. It's anyone specific. Miller is still an ambiguous pick. Just him, Ray Davis, or Estime. Any one of the three is more than fine. All right, what are we doing? Yeah, folded. Who will hold the line for us? We play Washington in week 1. I like it. I like taking Miami just because I'm a big fan of Blake Washington. I just have a feeling my Texans are going to be in a lot of shootouts this year.
Texans do have a nice improved secondary, though. Let's go TV here, I guess.
That's fun. All right. Let's dive into this.
Yes.
First team. I mean, we know I don't like Derrick Henry, but I mean, when he falls, he falls. If you take him at a falling cost, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But I do express a lot of caution there. You have 2 very fun tight ends that you took one at the very end of the draft that I think is very smart because you're just playing handcuff situation there. Receivers, though, way too much liability in my opinion, and way too thin of a room. It's going to hurt you. So that is the biggest red flag there is you do have a lot of liability pieces.
Well, I think your
mic's sounding kind of funky.
No, mic sounded funky. How's this now?
There you go.
All right.
You're good.
Yeah, the running backs I think are fine. Realistically, it's just the receivers are way too thin. There's going to be something that goes wrong with at least 2 of these receivers would be my bet. And Hollywood Brown is probably the 3rd target in that offense, maybe 4th. So it's like I like Hollywood, but he's more of a best ball pick. Moving on to Jay Jetta's OKC. Okay. Tay Adams is fine. Like this running back room a lot. Nick Chubb, worst pick on the board. Mike Williams, fine upside. I like what you did with the rookies. Overall, I love the team for the most part. It's just like, yeah, you don't really need Nick Chubb, but the thesis behind it at the end of the day is I'm taking a handcuff that has late season upside. I just think there's better ways to allocate this capital right now.
Yeah, it's in like the 12th round.
Yeah. Let's see here. Bijan, Marv, Debo. Yeah, we like Grant's team. There's nothing bad to say about it. He takes a lot of the guys that we like as well. Let's see here. Going over to Logan, got CeeDee Lamb to follow the 104, which, if we're being honest, just shouldn't happen. But it's different flavors of ice cream, so whatever you like the most. ETN, everybody has their own opinions on him, so if you're high on him, awesome. If not, so be it. Mike Evans, it's a target-based projection. I don't mind him. Yeah, I don't see the necessity of taking Mahomes here. I think it's fine, but it's just like, what are you really getting out of this if you don't get Rashee Rice or something? You know what I mean? I would have 100% bought Rashee Rice here instead of Kamara. Like, that is more than fine to me, realistically. Obviously, you're doing that over DJ Moore, Devonta Smith, and Tank Dell, which looks ugly according to ADP, but like, this is a guy who's going to be skyrocketing up ranks, and you have Mahomes here. So you want that correlation to something at least. But Kamara, yeah, just behind a terrible offensive line, don't really like it. Mark Andrews is fine. Christian Kirk's interesting. Everyone has their own theories about him. Running back room is honestly fine. I'm actually pretty cool with the running back room. I think it's pretty good, to be completely blunt. Leggett is an interesting upside swing. I see the optimism with McConkey, though. I like it as a collective. I do think your receivers could be a little bit too thin, but ultimately you balanced it well. Don't really need to take Caleb here, especially when you paid the premium on somebody like Patrick Mahomes. I would be searching down the board for either a running back who has contingent upside or like a receiver like KJ Osborne that maybe people want in week 1. Like, see exactly what you can get from there is all I'd say about this team. But like it as a whole, my holes in my draft here, honestly, I like this draft for the most part. I wish Grant wasn't greedy and let D-Hop fall, but that's just how life works sometimes. People ask about why I took Kendra here. The basic thesis behind this is just find somebody that like you have thesis in. Kendra Miller is probably the worst example of this. But like, if he gets cut for zero reason, like he'll probably go to Dallas, and then he's probably going to be priced up here. It's just, yeah, just take a contingent based running back here or receiver. Just you're fighting for ambiguity and you're trying to see like, where could I get a lot of value on these picks that could open? That's why we talk about like cornering receiving rooms as well. Like Grant did here. He took Dontavian Wicks, who the training staff is constantly comping to like Devontae Adams. Do we know if that's true? Hell no. But like, it's definitely enticing considering we don't really know about like Jaden Reed to the same extent. We don't know about Christian Watson being healthy the whole year. Like a lot of great options there.
Taking a guy like Tyler Lockett or something who's available at that time, the ceiling is pretty much checked versus like a Wicks or a Hulk or someone like that. Like in theory, the ceiling is way higher. And in a league like this, when you have so many good options, it's better to just take a.
And so the question in chat was, am I not concerned about depth? And my answer is no. Basically, I'm going into this believing that these guys at minimum should be able to average over 18 fantasy points per game and just hunker down my 2 running back slots here. So I don't ever have to really worry about them. But let's say I'm completely wrong. That's why I went out and got J.K. Dobbins, because the reality is I don't expect him to play the whole season. But from the way it's trending, at least right now, he seems to be the lead back. So I want to be getting these guys that have early touches that I can rely on. So in case that like something does go wrong here, and get a contingency-based bet according to it as well. So if you think you understand how the Carolina Panthers backfield is going to be working for the first few weeks, because Chuba Hubbard's now battling a little bit of an injury, that's another guy you could take here. So overall, it's like I'm very confident in my first 2 picks because I allocated my capital like that. So I don't want to realistically spend anywhere else because I'm confident that these guys should work for me. But yeah. So moving on to Aaron's team here, I like the receivers. I like the price on Kelsey. Not a James Cook guy, but I can understand the argument for it. David Monty, definitely some interesting choices for running backs. Don't agree with them, honestly. James Cook is contingent space, but if you're just looking for points to kind of get you week to week, I think it's more than fine. Jonathan Brooks just probably isn't going to be full health until I.
Is he frozen for you too, Grant?
Yeah. Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some question marks with that. It's like, even if he looks good for sure, but it's like, even if he does come back, like, or no, like when he comes back, is he really going to be like, ready to go?
For sure. But in a league like this, I'm not too worried. Like, you have so many players that you're kind of just taking a shot. Like, he already has 3 running backs that he likes more than him. So it's just a matter of, like, take a shot because you waited to take running backs. So then you can, like, later in the season, if he's the starter and you're like, oh, Gibbs is clearly the lead guy in Detroit, then you can slot him into that hole, and it kind of just works out the same way. Like, you don't need him to play immediately.
Well, goodbye, Wells.
Well, we have lost the draft. I can go back and look at it, but you'll lose my face cam. This next draft, obviously, I feel like at this point, given the Addison news and the Sam Darnold starting news, getting JJ at the 7 is pretty cool. That feels like a decent slide that I would take. Jonathan Taylor, like the pick there. I feel like that's decent value. Get some running backs stacked up. Pacheco, I feel like that. I mean, I guess we've been used to taking or seeing this in 12-team drafts, but taking him in the later half of the third feels like good value. I haven't really been reaching on him, but when he falls there, I'm more than content to take him. Some good little wide receiver swings here. 2 guys that could be the wide receiver 2s in their systems, but also kind of have a path to a wide receiver 1 situation. And then you hedge in Chicago with 2 guys there. You're kind of hoping one of them becomes the wide receiver 1, or at least like a very reliable wide receiver 2. And then love the Singletary pick. Some other good ideas there, Jackson.
Thank you. Yeah, we paired Keenan, Rome together just to get that target share. We got Stroud pairing with Nico, Dobbs and Downs at the end. I like this team a lot. Spurs fan. So Wells' power just shut off completely.
So are we even live? Do we know?
Dude, we're probably not live on anything right now.
Word. Just thought of that.
Yeah, but we are recording, so we could like wrap up these team reviews for the YouTube here.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Spurs fan team, I think your first couple picks are very strong, obviously. I mean, 2 guys that are going to be dominant and kind of lock them in and start it. Stephon Diggs is probably the least high I am of any of the 3. I mean, he's an elite wide receiver. He could obviously have a good season. I just don't know how that duo or trio, I guess, is really going to mesh. DK, like the upside this year, feels like he is the strong wide receiver 1 there in Seattle, which is nice. Joe Mixon, I'm higher on him than some. I don't mind that pick there at all, especially if you're going to wait and take a running back and stack up some receivers there. The Chris Godwin pick is an interesting one.
I've been starting to like Mixon like more and more as like a team filler just based on his ADP.
Yeah.
Like he's like relative to like the dudes that come like immediately after him, like Aaron Jones and Monty. It's like I kind of like getting Mixon there.
For sure. I think this Godwin pick next it feels like that should have been Stroud or maybe even like a T. Higgins or an Aaron Jones or something if you want to just take a guy with upside for that to compete for a flex role. But I would have taken Stroud because you already have Diggs and you have Mixon, so you kind of have a monopoly on the Houston offense a little bit there. I would have taken Stroud. I think that makes a little more sense. I don't see Chris Godwin really being super effective for your team, given that it's a 10-team league.
Yeah, I
Rest of
agree.
it, upside swings. Jordan Addison obviously injured, but we
It's a
know the severity
downside
of that?
swing.
Not sure. Jalen Warren upside swing. Can't hate that at all.
Yeah. And then
Cortland
Dowdle at the
Sutton,
end.
touchdown machine. You don't really know. And then Eckler, obviously, we've seen his peak, but I mean, we don't really know what he looks like now. So
Yeah, and it's like
Fine.
Dowdle, we don't
Shot.
know if he's going to start, but like skill for skill, we know he can probably compete with Zeke for that starting role. So not a bad pick there, even regardless of like which way you think that RB room's going to sway. Cush Masters, like to start with Garrett Wilson there. I think that's perfectly fine. Pairing Barkley and Jacobs, like I individually like both of these guys a lot. I feel like putting them together is a little bit risky just from like a health profile. Would you agree with that, Grant?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Hurts, yeah, love that pick there. It's like if you're going to go for one of these elite receivers, honestly, like might as well go for Hurts. Dell, McLaurin picks, good. Pickens, I mean, it's kind of sus right now with the Ayuk situation, but I like your other receiver picks there. We called that you're going to take Tank because that was the best pick in the position you were in. Pitts should have a good season. Jameson Williams, a couple question marks, but could end up paying off big time. So upside swing there. Same with Trey Benson and Pat. Definitely questions again around that Ayuk trade. But overall, I think a team that I like if things go right, this will be a really good team.
For sure. Big fan.
Didn't need to draft Love right there at all. Didn't need to draft JT and two defenses. But
No, but we move.
Yeah.
I like this next team a lot. I think getting Kenneth Walker there is important. There's a little bit of a fall off after him, I feel like.
This is
you
a
get
really
into the
fun
Montgomery and Aaron Jones, Connor category. So him and Gibbs is perfectly fine. And you have
What do you
the
think
two
about the
Rams
Puka?
receivers, which I don't know
Yeah.
if we've seen anyone have that in these drafts. I guess the 10-man kind of makes that available, which I mean, I don't hate. I feel like your ceiling is not as high because it's the odds of both of them having huge games are low.
Yeah, I
but
feel
you
like
kind
it
of
doesn't-
guarantee yourself a solid chunk of points because like one of them is going to have a good game.
Yeah, for me, it's like as far as these game stacks goes, I like doing them, but I don't know if this one makes that much sense because with Puka, like by drafting Puka that early, you're kind of banking on the fact that he's going to like produce similarly to last season, which involves Cooper Kupp like receiving a lot less of the target share. So I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of confused about that one, but I do like just looking at these receivers individually. I think that's a really fun start. Like Gibbs followed up by those five guys, like for sure.
No, sweet. And then you get to take a little flyer on Rashee Rice, like that. Potential's obviously there. Kyler Murray, like a mobile quarterback. I think you waited the right amount of time there, and you got the last guy in kind of that next tier of quarterbacks. And then some upside swings. Chase Brown, Rashad Bateman, who Wells has been praising for the last few weeks, Jacoby Myers, and Ramondre and Javonte. So two guys that could be kind of in the midst of their backfield, could take it over as the lead back or kind of play a support role, but both guys you could slot in, and if an injury happens, they'll both be like solid RB2s, I feel like, in any league, if they're like the lead guy for sure. So I like it, like the team.
For sure. Overall, really good. They closed it out nicely too. I think the only question I really have about this team is that Puka Kupp stack. Cool. Well, other than that, I think that's all of our teams for today. You guys could probably catch us on Monday with a similar stream. We tend to do these every weekday at about 2 p.m. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to join our Discord Prediction Strike Army. If you send me a DM in there at Jamario Moon, I can hook you up with some free welcome shares just for joining. And we're also in there 24/7 to answer any fantasy football questions you might have, whether they be draft or trade related.
Yeah. We'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace out.
Peace.